Well, that is going to wrap up qualifying. Nathaniel puts her on a pole in that number 66. Alex, take him for a rundown of the field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the Richie Photography Throwback Race at Darlington Raceway. We're going to start with your pole sitter, Nathaniel Landwehr, with league owner Randy Arms on the outside, fighting to keep his championship lead while Nathaniel Landwehr fights to move his way up. Jared Lindsay down in P3, the first of the Ritchie brothers down in fourth, and Kyle Ritchie. Lilith Peters, good qualifying effort for her, down in fifth with Josh Thaxton. Great qualifying effort from him, down in sixth. The other Ritchie brother, I should say, Kevin Ritchie, down in seventh with Jonathan Schwartz, as we just saw, set his P8 lap. Jonathan Mazzella down in P9 with Michael Davis on his outside in 10th place. Those guys are going to round out your top 10. As we move to outside the top 10, James Goodwin down in 11th with Robert King Jr. down in 12th. Moving on, we're going to move down to Ryan Tiller and Lennon Quisenberry rounding out your seventh row. As we continue to move forward, Jake Nippers and Tony Scarborough taking the eighth row. Couple new names, if I remember correctly. Garrett Johnson, new name in the field, down at 17th with Dylan Falovich, unfortunately only getting one lap in for qualifying, down in 18th. Austin Wingard down in 19th with Casey Brown, and obviously famous John Deere scheme down into 20th. Not a great effort from him, unfortunately. Randy Sample and Michael Cochrane towards the back of the field, down in 21st and 22nd. Coming out to the last two qualifiers, Jeremy Flanagan and Mikey Adams down in 23rd and 25th. Like I mentioned, those are your last two qualifiers, with Josh Gosselin and Brandon Sermashi not setting a qualifying lap down in 25th and 26th. Those guys rounding out the rest of the field. Important as we are within the last three races before we start the playoffs. We got Darlington this week, Gateway next week, and Bristol to be the cutoff race before we move on to the playoffs. So good to see how these guys race tonight.
Yeah, and as we go through 3 and 4, the pace car makes that hard left turn down the front straightaway. It's between Nathaniel and Randy Arms to lead him to the green for the Ritchie Photography Throwback Race at Darlington. Nathaniel able to clear, get a gap. Now it's the battle. Who is able to get single filed out and then kind of log laps? There's no point in really being aggressive early in this one, but as we get longer into the race, we'll see that tire wear come into play. So how hard are these drivers going to push it early in the running? You see the top three single file. Now Lilith Peters looks to the inside of Kyle Ritchie through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Then a whole gaggle of cars. That's James Goodwin back here side by side. Here's Quisenberry side by side with Ryan Tiller. We've got Scarborough, Nippers, everybody side by side as they're just trying to gain as many spots as they can. As one's going to be in the wall at Scarborough. Dylan just behind him. But so far so good. Everybody's single file at the moment. So everybody's slowly trying to make their wall moves. Quisenberry up against the wall. Now he's in it. That's going to stack up a few cars just behind him. Quisenberry dropping back quickly from getting that wall, and that's what we were talking about pre-race. Mistakes could happen at any moment. Just a little slip up, and so you see how many spots that costed him. Already down 5 spots from where he started.
Probably going to want to try to, as we got a caution.
Caution out on the racetrack. It is Landon Quisenberry on the front straightaway, spun around. We talked about him earlier. Been getting to the wall, having a lot of problems. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Comes on the straightaway, gets in the wall, then comes down. That was Gosselin, but locks her down. Very light contact on the right front. That shouldn't even be any damage. It's going to be the same front row as the start of the race, but flip-flopped. Nathaniel on the outside, Randy on the inside. Pace car lights are out. Going to make that left-hand turn down pit road. Wyatt Garrett, the flag man. As Nathaniel fires, and we're back green. Good restart there for Nathaniel. Now it's going to be side by side for P2. Randy almost clear, and he is, but Kyle should drive back down the hill. Does Kyle have a look? He does, down the back straightaway. Then we got some blocks going on deeper in the field. Kyle's going to try to fight it. No, not able to. Thaxton thought about trying to go to the outside, which would have been a great move. Just didn't get into the corner as hard as he wanted. And now we're going to try to find some of the drivers that just pitted. We see Jared Lindsay here. Let's right on board as he had Mazzella just behind him. Another driver that pitted. Let's see how well these new tires work out for Jared. Just going to drive to the inside of Michael. And man, he's making these passes look easy.
He's sending it into the corners here, and he's just making these moves look absolutely effortless right now.
Oh, one on the wall. That was Tiller. Tried to stay out of the way of Lindsay, but that didn't work. Now here comes Mazzella trying to get to the inside of Lindsay, but they're both they're teammates. They're working together to try to get to the front again as Jared's sideways through 3 and 4. Mazzella just behind him, and they're making their moves up to the front. 25 to 35 was the stage. Randy and Kyle on old tires, and here comes Lindsay. If he's able to get by these two pretty quick, he might have an opportunity to go for the stage win if he can get by them quick enough. And if it holds out for 30, as Swartz tries to make a move, kind of dives fakes to the inside. Kyle's going to try to stay out of the way. Now Randy's going to be checked up as there's contact. Swartz pushes Jared into it, Mazzella into it. There's both of them in the wall. Randy's in it. Now here goes James, and the whole field's scattering to avoid.
By that pack on the fresher tires, just unfortunate contact going into the corner there that just caused, it was a little bit of a chain reaction almost. You see here, Jared Lindsay making a move on inside, and Jonathan Schwartz just coming in and taking a deep dive, and that's just gonna just cause chaos for a lot of these guys here. And yeah, very unfortunate to see a lot of heavy front runners and favorites to win this race.
Well, the first car on tires is Nathaniel Landwehr. The top 5 all pitted on that first caution on lap 21. So 8-lap tire difference. We'll see how big of a factor that is. But it's going to be Austin Wingard and Randy Sample to lead them back to the green. Austin fires back green at Darlington. 80 laps to go for the final run of this race. Nathaniel maybe touched the outside wall. Josh Goslin's going to try to stay out of the way here on the bottom lane, but we've seen this strategy from Josh. He likes the bottom lane and is usually on a different strategy, and most of the time it doesn't work out for him, but the times it does, it gets him really good finishing spots. As we got a battle for the lead now between Lilith Peters and Austin Wingard. Here comes Nathaniel with them being side by side. Nathaniel bombs her off in there, has to check up to not wash up all the way. Ooh, Austin sideways, almost in the door of Nathaniel. Austin able to save it. Keeps it off everybody with an amazing save.
It's still early in the race. I don't know how aggressive he's going to want to be to make a pass. If he is going to make a pass, though, I'm doing it on the bottom, trying to get some good exit speed and hopefully get some momentum off the backstretch. It's a little bit harder to make a move off of the exit of 4 if you're trying to carry momentum, but 2 is where you can get good momentum and set up a pass going into 3. So I think if I'm Nathaniel Landwehr, that's what I'm trying to eye right now. Is right now it doesn't look like he's going to be super aggressive, and just almost looks like he's banking on Lilith Peters to make a little bit of a mistake and just capitalize on it. We've seen him do that a lot this year as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again.
Yeah, Lilith Peters, 4 starts on the season, 4 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and 2 wins. So Lilith knows how to finish up front at the end of these deals, but right now on an alternate strategy, on 8-lap older tires, doing a great job holding off Nathaniel and Kyle, as Nathaniel's going to roll to her back bumper, look into the outside. It might be able to stick. Nathaniel's going to be tight, a little loose on corner exit, but he's able to clear Lilith. Now that opens up the door for Kyle to peek to the outside. Kyle just waiting in the wings, trying to set up that pass. Runs that, well, I guess that Hamlin line. Doesn't really go all the way to the bottom and able to clear Lilith. So Lilith back to 3rd, Nathaniel back to the lead, and Kyle waiting in the wings here in 2nd.
Nathaniel Inward makes a little bit of a mistake, and it gives Kyle Ritchie a bit of an advantage going onto the backstretch. If I remember correctly, this is one of their favorite tracks in NASCAR. Both, it doesn't matter what car they're running, it seems to be that they're quick pretty much anywhere they drive around this track. And you see it right here. Kyle Ritchie, he's eyeing. I think he's getting ready to make a move, and I think Nathaniel Inward's starting to feel the pressure. He's tapped that wall quite a few times the last couple of laps, so we'll see if Kyle can actually make a move or not.
Yeah, Kyle making that move, but like you said, Ritchie's one of their favorite tracks, and it's definitely showing. Whether it be their favorite track to go to and watch, and that's why it's their favorite, or because they're so quick. But here comes Kyle Ritchie looking to the inside of Nathaniel going into turn number 1. Big gaggle of cars. Here's Casey Brown making a move on Scarabo. This is the battle for P13. So drivers are racing all over this racetrack. We kind of slowly get to that point. Casey, talked to him pre-race. Was actually asking for a little bit of help. Told him a few things. So it looks like he's doing pretty good. He was working up himself some confidence, and it's definitely showing, making a few passes here halfway through the race. Competition. This is a 3K SOF race for a league race with just a bunch of guys that want to race on Tuesday night and come have fun. It's a 3,000 SOF. So these guys are learning as much as they would in a normal official race. This is higher than a lot of splits in the official races. So, I mean, look at Nippers here, Goodwin, Swartz. I mean, you could be a 2K and racing against 5K drivers and learning as much as they are. Obviously, there's a few gaps throughout the field, but you're always going to have a battle buddy, which it seems like you're always able to race somebody and get that experience at all these different racetracks. So just shows how competitive this league is and how much fun it is to watch.
Quite nice to see, as I did notice we have hit the night transition. One of the few, or I should say few, but one of the handful of tracks. Oh, is Nathaniel Landwehr's gonna lose some momentum off the exit at 2. Kyle Ritchie's gonna make a pass for the lead.
Nathaniel, let's take a look at it. Go back and take a look. Nathaniel got up the racetrack. See Kyle start to turn down now, but Nathaniel kind of got stuck. Didn't able to turn off the wall. That hurt him tremendously, and Kyle goes by him. And now pressure's all on Kyle to be able to pull away. We got pit stops coming up in the next, I'm guessing, 10 or 15 laps, but under pressure from Nathaniel, can he pull away?
Yeah, like I said before, we just hit the night transition, so it's going to be interesting to see if the cooler temps, how they're going to affect some of these guys here. We saw it in the real-life Cup race on Sunday, that during the day, these guys weren't really able to do too much, and it changed a little bit throughout the night when it got a little cooler. Some guys were able to make some passes. Wasn't anything crazy, but definitely noticed some change as you go from day to night. We'll see if any of these guys' cars flip, too. Another common thing to see, that some guys will be really good in the day and just be really bad at night. Or it'll be the complete opposite. You can be horrible for the day, but set up really well for the night. So we'll see how some of these guys start to perform. As we see here, the battle's still red hot between the two of these drivers fighting for the top of the points.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the sun's starting to set, and as it goes down, that means the temperature goes down and the speeds go up. That's going to give the drivers more grip. And one thing that I thought is really interesting at the moment is Nathaniel's going to have a peak. That was close. It looks like the second place driver is faster than the leader. I thought Nathaniel possibly burned up the tires, and that's why Kyle was able to get there. And once Kyle got clear, he was going to pull away. But right now, whoever is in second and behind seems to be the quicker driver, which is setting up to be a great race as they're side by side once again for the lead. Kyle going to think better. Elvick tried to live another fight. Live to see another fight as Nathaniel goes back to the lead.
I'm noticing... Oh,
caution.
So we got a caution.
Oh, big problems down the back straightaway. Robert was a lap down in 20th. Maybe try to give... Oh, that does not look good. Oh, hard contact. Robert in the air. And maybe just misjudged it. Flanagan in the outside wall, then back down. And hard hit for King as he almost goes up and over.
Everybody's starting to come down pit road. We were starting to get to that pit window, so I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to be very, very happy to see that caution come out. It's going to be an easy pit stop for them. We'll see who wins the race off pit road. Nathaniel Landwehr having the first pit box, giving him the biggest advantage here. As we'll see, I believe everybody's more than likely going to take 4, but wouldn't be surprised if at some point later in the race we see some guys take 2 as the field starts to pile down. Nathaniel Landwehr drops, and he's...
Oh, that was close.
I think he's...
So pace car lights are out once again. It's going to be a new front row this time. Nathaniel and Swartz, the front row. Kyle was in second, but opted to pick the outside line. We'll see how well that helps him. And if he's able to clear Swartz quickly as they fire, and we're back green. 55 laps to go. 52 laps to go here at Darlington. Ooh, Swartz able to get up barely. Kyle's not going to appreciate that much. Now the battle, next battle on the racetrack is between Goodwin and Lilith Peters. Sideways, able to gather it back up. Dylan kind of followed as well. As Kyle's looking to the inside of Swartz, drove her in real deep. Holds it on the bottom. Maybe clear. He is down the front straightaway. So move Kyle back into P number 2. Adams there.
Quisenberry with Mikey Adams there, our favorite guy in the field currently. He's doing himself a good job tonight as he runs solidly back there at 17.
Well, I know he's kind of in a battle. Mazzella's a few laps down, but let's try to get a word in with him here and have him take us for a lap around Darlington Speedway once he gets back on the front straightaway. Oh, God. He's going to get side by side. Maybe a bad time. I don't know if I should or not. I mean, he's running.
I have a feeling. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I know exactly what he's gonna say. As soon as we bring him into the booth, he's gonna tell us to shut up and get him out the booth as quick as possible.
All right, now he's clear. Right now he's clear. Let's go ahead.
Maybe we can get a word in with him.
Mikey, how's it going there, buddy?
Huh?
How's it going there, buddy?
Like shit.
There was an eventful last lap there, but you're still in lead lap, top 20.
Hey,
you're up a lot of spots from where you started.
I can drive, boy.
Well, I want you to drive and talk to us about Darlington Raceway and how you get around this racetrack.
Okay, you're going to let off, ride in 1 and 2, put that fucking throttle to the floor, let off a little bit so it'll turn down. Get it to turn down, full throttle that baby. Oh, fuck. Watch out, Landon. Oh, fuck. Got a break. Get by, Landon. Love you, Landon. Pointer straight. Fucking go. I hate this track, Cabe. I hate this track so much. Hey, I don't like this. Hey, this is not fun.
You're doing a lot better than last season. You've made a lot of improvements. Definitely can tell a big difference in the speed and driving ability from you in between seasons. But what's your biggest takeaway from this race so far, and to what are you going to use for these last 40 laps?
For next year? God dang it. I learned that track position is key. Now that it's dark, it's kind of hard to get some passes going and to get a good run going, especially with all these cautions we've had. Good Lord, it feels like Dover out here, even though I wasn't even here. But, yeah, I mean, it's all right, you know, if you like hitting the wall every 10 laps. And I'm being a Debbie Downer. Fuck that shit. This is fun. This is awesome. I'm enjoying it. This is amazing. Wouldn't rather be doing anything else on my Tuesday night.
Well, Mikey Adams, our in-race reporter. Thank you, Mikey, and hopefully be talking to you here in a little bit.
Sparks are flying in here, man. Damn, I'm getting scared of this shit. All right, put me back.
Fan favorite, Mikey Adams, in-race reporter. You love talking to him, but he's doing a great job on the lead lap. P17, a lot of improvements from him.
As we see Ryan Tiller trying to make his way past James Goodwin. Is he going to peek towards the inside going into turn 1? Will he send it, or is he just going to back off? No, he's going to send it, and they're going to make contact going into the middle of 1 and 2. Tiller going to back off a little bit and let Goodwin keep the position.
Kyle Ritchie in P2 in that sports clip. Christopher Bell throwback that he ran earlier this year at Darlington. Obviously, Kyle loves the high side sprint cars and all that. Bell, one of his favorite drivers, or I believe his favorite, I think. So, cool paint scheme for him as he's sitting P2. Then we got Josh Saxton in a Josh Berry throwback that he posted earlier this week. And cool to see Josh throwing it back to a fellow Josh, running P4 up 2 spots from where he initially started in the race, but doing a good job for top 5.
Yeah, as we move back to the 51 of Kevin Ritchie, tonight's race, sponsored with Ritchie Photography in a repairableceuticals.com 51. Not sure if that is a throwback, and honestly wouldn't surprise me if it's a Jeremy Clements throwback. That man is obsessed with him, so more than likely is a Jeremy Clements throwback. But if I'm wrong, I will hear it from the man later on after this race. But as we move back to the number 11, and like Cabe said before, a gorgeous number 11, I believe that's a Mario Andretti throwback, absolutely gorgeous. Throwback to back in the day when Mario Andretti used to race in NASCAR, but James Goodwin up 4 spots into 7th position. He's going to get to a tight battle with the man behind him.
A Matt Kenseth throwback. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was the only one that ran DeWalt scheme. So obviously, then he has Jeff Gordon on his outside with Randy Sample, but Austin Wingard looks to be coming to pit road as there was a car stopped on the back straightaway. That was James Goodwin as the caution comes out in the middle of pit stops. That is going to be big. We saw a few drivers just on pit road. Half the field, it seemed like, was on pit road. So Peters, Tiller, Quisenberry, Robert King, a lot of drivers on pit road or was leaving as the caution came out. So this could change everything, trapping drivers a lap down.
Yeah, I was just about to mention, if you were able to hit pit road, but you were on the border of you were able to at least stay on the lead lap. As we watch the replay here with James Goodwin, I think he's just gonna
Schwartz is out there.
Yeah, the 58 of Schwartz just hitting the wall.
Oh,
and kinda,
Nathaniel!
Oh no!
Nathaniel's life flashed before his eyes. Nowhere for either one of those drivers to go. Just behind. Let's take a look. From what Nathaniel saw, we saw James just get a little bit tight, see the pipes out of the right side and trying to avoid it. Then Schwartz, nowhere for him to go. Nathaniel tries to dive to the inside and is able to avoid it, but the 75 not able to avoid it. That's Quisenberry. Nowhere for him to go. And new tires compared to old, big problems caused. We've seen it twice tonight, though, as we got the whole field on pit road.
Yeah, going to be very interesting. Like I was saying before, if you were fortunate enough to not get caught a lap down by the time the caution came out and you were on pit road, this is going to work out great for some of these guys. Mainly the guy we were running with in pit lane as the caution came out, Jake Nippers. This is going to work out. I think this might play into his favor. I don't think he's a lap down. I think he just got the free pass. And everybody else who has a pit yet is still going to come down pit road. So we'll see how well it works out for him. Once the pit cycle actually, it all cycles out. But at the moment, riding with Kyle Ritchie in the pits, going to take 4 fresh Goodyear tires as we're going to have a run, I believe, about 22 to 21 laps to go as the rest of the field comes out. He's going to win the race off of pit road with, I believe, that's Kevin Ritchie, his brother, right behind him. So
even though it really mixed up the strategy and we have no clue what's going to go on here, but we have a better clue from the start of the race with 22 laps to go when we get back going. Who's going to be your pick?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think my pick is going to be Kyle Ritchie. I mean, I shouldn't say he doesn't have a lot of competition behind him, but the guys he really has to worry about for the rest of the night are a little bit farther back in the field, namely Nathaniel Landwehr. I mean, maybe his brother can give him a run for his money here, coming to 22 to go. But yeah, my pick's Kyle Ritchie. What about you, Gabe?
I'd love to pick him, but I'll curse him, so I'm not going to. I'm pick Thaxton. I think he's got something for Kyle with that clean air if he's able to get by Kevin quickly, but pace car pulls down pit road. It's going to be a Ritchie front row with 22 laps to go here at Darlington. Ritchie front row for the restart at the Ritchie Photography throwback race at Darlington, but Thaxton able to clear Kevin as there's a battle a little bit further back now. This is where all the battles are going to be. Who gets single filed out? And who's able to
we're going to have another caution. Couple of cars getting collected in the back. Lilith Peters involved. The 45 of Austin Wingard involved.
Take us through it.
Let's see here. He's going to, I think the 28 getting a little bit loose and slowing down the rest of the field and just running into the back of the 24 Randy Sample and just taking out the 41 with him. Mazzelli's going to come back up the track, come up the field, and Lil Peter's going to absolutely tag him, catch a little air. That's going to be, I don't know if it's going to, if that was a net
I think it was a net code, so I think Lilith lucked out of there. The biggest mover on that restart, Garrett Johnson on that outside line, moved up to the top after Kevin picked the bottom behind Thaxton and Kyle. So it's going to be 18 laps to go as we roll back into the restart zone. Kyle fires. We're back green. Kyle, similar restart that we've seen from him all night long. Able to get cleared now. Here comes Johnston with a little bit of a run. Can he turn down the hill and take advantage of it? Thaxton's going to get a little sideways. Here comes Johnston. Looks low. Kyle blocks it. Garrett with a big opportunity here. Then we have two friends out back battling. That's Dylan Falovich and Kevin Ritchie. Side by side. Austin Wingard in the wall. A little bit further back. One thing that I commented about earlier, the guy in second seems to be quicker during this one. And as the speeds have gone up from the sun going down, it's looking like it's brought in the third place car as well. But Kyle, obviously the fastest car that we've seen probably all night long, other than Landwehr, who's had the problems running 14th after the pit stops. But Kyle Ritchie, under pressure from a lot of drivers now, as that is Garrett all over the back bumper of him, trying to set up this pass.
Yeah, I think we're at the point of this race now with about 14 to go as we cross the line. This is going to be, the rest of the race is just going to be no give or take. You're just going to give. That sounds really wrong, but it's just going to be a lot of give, and you're not going to let somebody off the hook super easily at this point. You're going to be aggressive, and you're going to try to make a move, whether you hit the wall or you got to maybe give somebody a little bit of a bump. You're going to try to make a move here. That's what this track is about.
So move Dylan into fourth. That opens up the door for Casey Brown to have a go at Josh Thaxton, as Tiller is finally going to get passed by Randy Sample and move Lilith Peters with an opportunity here.
Yeah, starting to get a little feisty now. We're at 3 to go now, almost at 2 on the backstretch of the third to last lap, and it's going to start to get feistier as the 23 of Ryan Tiller is going to look to make a move again. Randy Sample got to hold him off, try to block him off the exit here and make sure he doesn't get a run, but also make sure that Lilith Peters, she doesn't get a run herself, because she could end up picking a 2-for-1 pass here as Kyle Ritchie's going to take the second to last lap right now. Still a battle, almost basically a battle between the 51 of Kevin Ritchie and the 81 of Garrett Johnson. We'll see if Kevin can make a move here. Pretty much going to be these two fighting for the second position as Kyle Ritchie starts to pull away.
Yeah, this is the best battle on the racetrack, so we're going to kind of watch it. But just in front, Kyle Ritchie. White flag in the air as there's contact behind. Kevin's going to spin Johnston to the inside. Contact, I was just going to comment, is big problems now. White flag. Everybody's going to pile in because it's the white flag. But Kyle Ritchie down the back straightaway. I was just going to comment on how bad Kevin wanted that second place, and we didn't know how aggressive he was going to be, but he was pretty aggressive there as his brother, Kyle Ritchie, is going to come off of turn 4 and win the Ritchie Photography Throwback Race at Darlington. It's a Ritchie 1-2 for the moment. I know Kevin feels awful for that because he was not trying to do that, but they do finish 1-2 with that also giving Swartz and Nathaniel a few extra spots there. I'm going to have to wait for it because it may be a TTSL top 3, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
he might keep the spot but get a penalty for an at-fault. I honestly have no clue. But,
oh man, I think he's gonna see the second place position stay with him there. Like you said, could just be a post-race points penalty for him. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how bad he felt there. I could hear the laughs from across my house and hear the Ritchie brothers in the other room start to go at it. Like you said, Kyle Ritchie. making himself the winner at the end of this race here. Like I said, Richie 1-2 for the Richie Photography at Darlington Raceway. As see, that's basically that's how the end of this race went. Too many position changes. That's basically exactly what happened. Even iRacing can't figure out who finished where. Kyle, you got a copy, my man?
Hello?
Well, I think you're going to need a new motor there, my friend. Taking the win tonight at arguably one of your best tracks on this, what is this game called? iRacing, that's what it's called. Chaotic finish there. We saw your brother just, it looked like he flat out dumped the 81 of Garrett Johnson.
He wanted that one too, I'm telling you, man.
I was trying to comment about it, and then it started to happen. I realized what was happening, and I stopped talking for a second.
Just gotta let it happen at that point. But we see you pull off the win here. Great points night for you. A couple intense battles between you, Garrett Johnson, and Nathaniel Lanway early in the race. How did you pull it off at the end there?
Well, once Nate got caught a lap down and that untimely caution count, which I wanted to see how it would have played out because I think I was going to pit like a lap after that caution came out, so I think I would have had better tires. I would have been curious to see if I could have caught Nate, but we'll take a win. We still had to hold off Garrett and I think Josh and Kevin. Kevin's ridiculous here, and Josh is always fast everywhere he goes. So yeah, it was a hard race, but it was fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because we're closing in on the final bits of the regular season. Obviously, next week, Gateway, then Bristol, then an off week, then the playoff starts. So only 2 races left. With Randy having his problem, you were 25 points behind him heading into tonight. You were in third, but big points day for you. Where does that put you, do you think, competition-wise, heading into Gateway and Bristol, behind Randy and going for that regular season championship?
I think we're better off than I was 2 weeks ago. I'm definitely more confident than I was a few weeks ago. And I have a few tracks that I'm really good at coming up, so hopefully I don't know if I'll be able to catch Randy for regular season points. It'll be interesting to see what happens after tonight, but yeah, I have a few good races coming up, and then we can reset for the playoffs and finish stronger than we started.
Well, you get the win tonight. Finally put yourself into that win column. So congratulations on that. Go ahead and give your shout outs and tell us a little bit about that throwback paint scheme.
Yeah, just shout out you guys for broadcasting every week and everyone that runs with us weekly. And shout out Dylan for racing with me. He had a good run tonight. And shout out to Kevin for finishing off a Richie 1-2 on a Richie sponsored race. Definitely not scripted or anything. And we're running a Bell throwback, actually. He ran this at Darlington this year.
We noted that, and obviously you went to the race this weekend and with Alex and everybody, so cool. The week that you go to the racetrack, you get the win, but congratulations, Kyle Ritchie, on getting that dub.
Thank you, guys.
See him burning down on the front straightaway, but we're going to drag in the man himself, the man who made a show at the end of it, and decided to sponsor the race. Kevin Ritchie, do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, looks like you decided to cause a little bit of chaos at the end there, Kevin. What was going through your mind there as you started to size up the 81 there towards the last couple of laps? What was going on there?
Yeah, I was chasing them down. They were out like 2.5 seconds at one point. I just started reeling them in those last few laps, and I got a good run out of 4, and I was trying to keep it straight down the front straightaway, and I just drifted up a little bit and got him in the left rear. We'll have to probably just get some stage points and stay ahead of whoever's behind me, but yeah, it's just one of my favorite tracks on the schedule, so I wanted to sponsor it, help out the league a little bit.
Well, we definitely appreciate that, and appreciate you making it a fun one throughout it. I feel like I'm able to talk about you a little bit. I know every time I've previously talked about you, I jinx you, so I tried to say, hey, he's doing good, then look away from you, so I didn't jinx you again, but you were able to come home P2. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you all for broadcasting.
Yeah, no problem. We like doing it. It's fun. P3 himself. Dylan, how's it going there, buddy? Hey. Anyway, Dylan, coming home P3, finishes off a TTSL top 3. Haven't seen that a lot, but didn't expect it at Darlington, buddy. Tell us about your night.
I mean, why not expect that, Darlington? I feel like everybody here runs good except for Wyatt, who runs in the park cars. But that's about it.
Well,
I felt like, from my POV, that I the way it was in dirty air was a little bit weird. Where you would be like, you wouldn't hate the dirty air. Like, your car could still turn good. So I think that helped with the comfortability of it. I also think that we didn't have enough of a long run to show where.
Get tonight. Before.
Well, I feel like it always looks better when like you have a charge.
What is the chemical on the top of your car?
I don't fucking know. Let me look. Hold on.
Oh, all right. Well, I thought
I believe
over here.
I believe that would be that's either dopamine or serotonin, because especially now with it being September, Suicide Prevention Month. You gotta, like, a lot of people can't even help it, but they have a serotonin imbalance, and you could really see it in people. So we try to give a little bit of a shout out to that.
Absolutely.
Well, that turned really sweet.
Yeah.
And then, because he is a legend, able to make his way through the carnage at the end of the race and came home with a top 10 finish, we're going to talk to him, Mikey Adams, the man, the missile himself. The missile man, Mikey Adams. Mikey, how's it going there, buddy?
Pretty fire, buddy. How about you?
Well, we saw you come home with a top 10. Tell us about your little race there. You were P15 heading into the last lap. Tell us how you were able to gain so much time and strapped a rocket ship to that vehicle.
If I'm being quite honest.
If you want to go to my stream, you could watch and guide us through it here.
Oh, I mean, the shit went crazy, man. I mean, all we do around here is checkers or wreckers, and it was last lap. I had, damage anyways. So I heard wreck in my ear. So I just said, fuck it, and floored that baby, brother. And I came up 5 spots in one corner. They were talking about push Skirbo. Fuck yeah. We getting a top 10, baby. Fuck yeah. Love you all, but hey, top 10 at Darlington, I'll take it, baby.
Well,
hey, that was awesome.
We've seen a lot of improvement from you, and I'm very proud of you from last season to this season. And the result, right. Well, the running may have not shown what the result did, but with points-wise, you're actually sitting not too bad on it. You're 19th on the points, so a little bit further than the bubble, but with that top 10, you've only had one other top 10 this season and one top 5, so that's going to help you.
Top 5.
Yeah, one top 10, one top 5, but that's going to help you a good little bit in the points. Where do you think that's going to put you? Where does that set your confidence level heading into Gateway and Bristol?
Gateway, Bristol, pretty confident. I feel like I did pretty good last year at Bristol when we ran it. Might see another top 15, top 10 at Bristol. Gateway, though, I got to get in the lab this week, get some laps in, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking forward to 10-21 right there, Talladega. Yeah, get ready for that one. But other than that, just really satisfied with this running, this week. Didn't have much confidence going into this race because I'm not good at Darlington, but we'll take a top 10.
Yeah, able to get away with it. But go ahead and give your shout-outs, and who do you like to thank?
Oh, I got shout-outs? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do a full interview with you.
Shout out Pop, shout out Granny, always watching, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Kaylee, shout her out, gotta give her a shout out. Shout out Randy, shout out everybody in the Discord, shout out Cave, and you got Alex this week. I don't know, you got Alex?
Yeah,
yes, we do.
Oh, thank you for Alex, appreciate Alex being here. Just thank everybody for being here, man. It's awesome, it's freaking awesome.
Well, we're glad that you enjoyed it, and we'll be seeing you there next week there, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm about to go eat some chicken.
That sounds like a party. Me too. I'm going to go eat, so...
Get me out of here.
Good job, Mikey.
I think this is a sign that we've been going on for a little too long tonight, but
I think that is the greatest way to end an interview. I'm going to go have some chicken. But, Alex, what a race. Darlington puts on a show once again. We've seen it last season. We've seen it again. very fun race between everybody. It was a Richie 1-2 with a Richie sponsored race. What do you think about Darlington?
Oh man, like I said in the pre-race, it's Darlington. I can't say you can't go wrong with it, but it's always a classic around here. Whether it's just a snooze fest or not, it's one of the best tracks in NASCAR. So yeah, put on a good show tonight. We did actually have some pretty good battles between some of these guys here, as we see the shot from the end of race chaos there, but. Yeah, good race tonight, and a very interesting point shakeup too. Can't wait to see what the points look like once we get out of here. So, yeah, oh man, what a race! Some fun interviews, and yeah, looking forward to next week. Like I said, we go to Gateway next week, and it's gonna be interesting. Probably another close battle, I think, for the points, because I think it's gonna be a lot closer than we think. So, yeah, good race for the night.
Yeah, and we're headed to Gateway. So next week, be on the lookout for that. Darlington put on a show. I'm expecting the same shaped Iowa, or same shaped Gateway to do the same. But all in all, a great night. A lot of fun tonight. And yeah, I mean, Darlington put on a show for the Throwback Classic. And we will be seeing you next week. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, SpeedZone Esports, and everybody for watching. And we'll see you guys then. Fucking Mikey. Gonna go eat some chicken.
That might be the best interview moment we've had of the year. I'm gonna eat some chicken. He's been thinking about that chicken all night. I guarantee.
He's
There's
fucking
no way.
starving.
Exactly. He fought so much for the rest of the race that he's literally rewarding himself with chicken now.